Good morning, girls. I hope you all are fine. You're revising all the topics that we have covered till now. This is a last topic of chapter 2, output devices or output units. What are output devices? Why do we use output devices? So, output devices are used for displaying the printed form of data, so that it becomes easy for user to read the data. A computer can have several output devices attached to it. Some common output devices that we are going to study are monitor, okay, the computer screen, monitor, printer, speaker, and plotter. So fine, we will be covering these output devices. My first output device is monitor. Okay, so what is a monitor? First output unit is monitor. It is also called visual display unit. Just like a TV, a monitor also displays the output on the screen. The picture on a monitor is made up of thousands of small colored dots, and these small dots that you see on the screen are known as pixels. Okay, so monitor resolution is measured in pixel. As your height is measured in centimeters, inches, similarly the resolution, the quality of the graphics that monitor produce is measured in pixels. So the output displayed on the monitor is called a soft copy because you cannot touch. Okay, it is inside the screen. So the output that is displayed on the monitor is called a soft copy. So most common types of monitors are CRT, LCD, and LED. Okay, so the first output device that we are going to study is your CRT, that is cathode ray tube. It is the most common monitors until flat panel screen becomes affordable. It consists of electron gun. In these monitors, a beam of electron lights up the pixel or phosphorus dot which forms inner coating of the screen. Colors are achieved by combining RGB, that is red, green and blue shades in different intensity. Fine. So cathode ray tubes are those monitors that you must have seen earlier. Okay, it was very bulky and occupied lot of space, and they come in various sizes like 14 inches, 15 inches, 17 inches, 21 inches. So they were very heavy. Okay, the computer screen that you saw earlier, the big box tape like this. Okay, so what is this cathode ray and the electron gun and phosphorus? I'm explaining you the working of CRT. See, this is how your CRT works. The screen, the outer screen is always coated with phosphorus. Okay, and the screen is therefore always positively charged. Keep one thing in your mind, that phosphorus property is that it shines. Okay, and it shines only for few seconds, so you have to maintain that intensity of this phosphorus glowing. When this phosphorus glows, it produces pictures on the screen. Okay, so now start from here. See this, these are pins or connectors. Okay, so it is used to connect this cathode ray tube, the screen. Okay, so that you can supply electricity. Fine. Now there is a supply of electricity. Now here there is a cathode. A cathode is always negatively charged. I hope you remember that there is one property of electrons that positive and negative attract each other, and negative negative or positive positive they repel each other. Fine, keep that thing in your mind. Now there is one cathode ray. When this electrons, this filament, this heat up, it produces the electrons. Those are, all electrons are negatively charged. Fine. Now these electrons have a tendency to run here and there. Okay. But we want these electrons to focus on the screen. So here we make use of anodes. Okay. They don't allow your electrons to move out, to go out of this area. They help the electrons to travel straight to the target. Fine. Because anodes are positive charge, these electrons are negative charge, and negative and positive they attract each other. So instead of going out, these electrons are accelerated so that they go on a straight path, okay, to the output screen. Fine. Now these electrons will travel straight. Then here there are two plates. Can you see this? This is horizontal deflection plate and these are vertical deflection plates. So horizontal, make sure that your electrons doesn't go left and right, and vertical deflection plate, they make sure that the electrons don't go up and down on the screen. The electrons then travel on the straight line, okay, and even these anodes keep on increasing the speed of the electron. They accelerate your electrons so that the intensity of them to travel till the screen is maintained. And as these electrons, they touches this, the boundary, that is the screen, okay, that is coated with phosphorus, that is positively charged, they produce a shine on the screen. And you can see image on the screen like this. I hope this is clear. The first monitor, that is CRT, that was very big and bulky, and these things, that cathode ray, grid, anode, are together known as electron gun also. So in your book they have used the term electron gun. Okay, so this grids, anodes, they together they can be called as electron gun. Fine. So the next type of monitors that we are going to study is LCD. You all are seeing LCD nowadays. Many of you might be having at your home LCD screens. So LCD's monitors are relatively thinner and lighter than your CRT monitors. LCD do not emit light directly. They save lot of space and can be mounted on a wall. They come in various sizes from 17 to 16 inches. They display sharp images and requires less power to learn. They are used in wide range of application, including computer monitors, TV, aircraft cockpits, display, etc. They are used in devices such as clocks, watches, calculators, gaming devices. The next output device that we are going to study is LED. LED displays is the largest development in this field. These monitors are light emitting diodes that act as performance boosters. LED monitors offer better quality, color quality and clarity and display than the LCD monitors. These monitors are flat, thinner and lighter in weight. Fine. So what are the advantages of using LED? It is efficient, it takes less energy, it is especially needed for handheld and chargeable devices such as the mobile laptop screen, all these, the mobile screens, the tablet screen, all these are LEDs. Okay, and these monitors are in maximum use nowadays. The next type of the screen we are going to study is touch screen. Many of you might be having mobile that is touch screen. You can simply touch on the app that you want to open and it gets displayed in front of you. So that is a touch screen. So it is a special monitors that allow users to input information by touching the icon or graphic buttons present on the screen. One can enter only limited amount of data by using touch screen technology. Now where you can see this touch screen? Yes, in ATM machines, offices, cineplexes. When you want to retrieve the desired data, you will see that there is a touch screen. You just have to touch and the following action is performed. Touchscreen monitors are even used in supermarkets and museums to give information about products. Fine. The next topic that we are going to study is another output device, that is a printer. So I hope you all have seen a printer. It is an output device that is connected to your computer screen. It produces output on a paper. Okay. The CRT was producing output on the screen, so we said it is producing a soft copy. Now printers, they gives you output on the paper. So we say that printers produce output on the paper, or you can say it produces hard copy. And printers are of two types. The first are impact printers and the second one are non-impact printers. So what is the difference between this impact printer and non-impact printer? Okay, so the impact printers are those printers that produces sounds while printing. Because to produce a character on a paper, there is a hammer that strikes a page to produce character on a paper. So impact printers are even known as character printers, because character by character they print the entire page. Fine. And in this, when they print, there is a hammer that strikes and thus a sound is produced. So there are two types of impact printer, a daisy wheel printer and a dot matrix printer. What is a daisy wheel printer and what is dot matrix printer? So a daisy printer is that printer that has a capability to produce good letter formation on the screen, but it cannot produce graphics. Okay, and they can produce the speed of printing a paper, character on a paper is 16 character per second to 120 character per second, but they're very slow. So how this daisy wheel printer works? In a daisy wheel, there is a wheel and all these characters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like till Z, it is written here on a wheel. Okay, and this wheel, it rotates, and when the desired character comes in, and this is a hammer, when this desired character comes, the hammer strikes. Okay, and the imprint of that paper, that character you get on a paper. So when the character strikes the character, it produces a print on paper, so it produces sound also. Okay, and it is doing character by character printing. So that is the reason we say it is slow and noisy and even expensive also, because if that I want to produce A striking this hammer and this A went, so you have to wait for all other 25 characters to come in front of the hammer, and then it strikes for A and produces that print. Okay, so this is daisy wheel printer. Okay, the next printer that we are going to study today is a dot matrix printer. A dot matrix printer is also impact printer, as this is an impact printer. So while printing, it also produces sound. They are nowadays, you don't see dot matrix printer much, but in offices, factories and school you might see it, because they are very noisy and the quality of production of printing is also not that good. Okay, it is capable of printing charts and graphics, as in daisy wheel you cannot produce at all, you cannot produce graphics, but in dot matrix you can produce graphics, but the quality is not that good. The printer can print, it has 9 to 24 pins on the print head. Now in this A, B, C, D, E, F, G is engraved. In dot matrix printer, A, the complete line is there for A. Then B, 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 B. Okay. So in dot matrix printer, what happens? If A is there is entire row for A. So there is you can say it comes in a 9 pins or 24 pins. So like that, the speed is increased in dot matrix printer, but they are in a very rough conditions. Okay, the speed of dot matrix printer range from 50 characters per second to 500 characters per second. Fine. So the next printers are your non-impact printers. Non-impact, as the name says, they do not produce sound because the printing hand does not touch the paper. In this, there was a physical contact between your printing head and the paper in impact printer, so it was producing a sound. In non-impact printer, it does not allow physical contact between printing head and paper, so they do not strike. So if they will not strike, they will not produce a sound. And in this, only the ink touches the paper. Okay, so the non-impact printers have gained popularity because they are quieter than impact printer and have better quality. Okay, and they can even produce colored graphics. So the types of non-impact printers that we are going to study are thermal printer, okay, inkjet printer, and your laser printer. Fine. So what are thermal printer? They are heat sensitive. Characters are formed when heated elements come in contact with the heat sensitive paper, thus forming darkened dots. The standard of print produces poor, and it is used in battery powered equipment such as portable calculators. Okay. The next printers are your inkjet printers. These are the printers that you can see often because they produces image by spraying tiny droplets of ink onto a paper. They are high quality output and can produce colored graphics. Okay, these printers are less expensive. That is why it is under non-impact printer. The quality of inkjet printer is 300 dots per second. And speed is also not that poor. Inkjet printers use colored cartridge. Okay, means you can get color graphics also, and even a black cartridge can be used to produce your monochrome output. The cartridge is quite costly and needs to be replaced more frequently than laser printer. But it is cheap, so that is why you see these inkjet printers in home and offices often. The last printer that we are going to study is your laser printer. These printers use photocopy technology to print. Laser printer use a laser beam and dry powdered ink of laser printers is very good. So for DTP purposes, desktop publishing, you make use of laser printer. They can print 6 to 10 pages in a minute, and the resolution is also very high, that is 600 dots per second to 1200 dots per second. Fine. And what is the difference between inkjet and laser printer? Inkjet printer, there is an ink, so to dry up that ink it takes time, whereas laser printer a powder is used and laser technology is used to print an output. So both, if you're planning to take a printer at home, you should go for inkjet printers because they are not that expensive, and these laser printers, they take time to start up. Okay, so though the quality is very good, but it takes time to start the entire machine. It is big in size also, but so if you want hundreds of printout in a single day, then laser printer is preferred. But for your homes and offices where you do not need much of printing, you should go for inkjet printers. Fine. So next are 3D printers. They are the machine nowadays that objects are created 3D using this. In this process, object is created by laying down successive layers of material until the object is entirely made. In comparison, 3D printers are very expensive than the impact and non-impact printers. Okay, fine. Now the next output device that this is for printers. Okay, impact and non-impact and 3D printers. So impact were daisy wheel printer, dot matrix printer. Non-impact printer were your inkjet printers, thermal printers and your laser printers. Now we are going to study next output device, that is a speaker. Speaker also you have seen it is an output device which are used to play sound. Fine. So for getting that huge printouts of a maps and all, they make use of another output device, that is plotters. The plotter makes use of, it is a vector graphic printing device that takes the command from the computer and draw the line on the paper using automated pens. Plotters are different from printers as they draw continuous point-to-point lines directly from vector graphic files. Okay, continuously it does. Vector-based refers to series of points to be connected as compared to normal pixel-based system. Okay, so printer works on normal pixel-based system and plotter works on vector-based system. Okay, so in this it produces, because plotters they make use of vector based graphic system, the quality of output produced is better. Okay, so it is mainly used for printing maps and drawings. There are two types of plotter. First is flat bed plotter and the second one is your drum plotter. So what is this flat bed plotter? It is also known as table plotter. It plots on a paper that is spread and fixed over a rectangular flatbed table. A pen mounted on a moving cartridge moves in accordance with the signal received by the CPU and produce drawing on a paper. Okay, there is a paper lying down on a table and the pen, it moves continuously because it is vector based graphic and draws that image on a paper as it receives signals from the CPU, and so it is very slow in drawing and printing graphics. The next one are your drum plotter. The first scanner was a drum scanner introduced in 1957 at the US National Bureau of Standards by Russell Kirch and his team. A plotter is also known as roller plotter. See, in this it was a table plotter. Okay, this flatbed was known as a table plotter also because the paper was there lying on a table and the pen was moving. This drum printer is also known as your roller printer. Fine, because in this it consists of a drum on which the paper is placed and the drum rotates back and forth to produce graphics on a paper. The pen is mounted on a fixed cartridge, moves horizontally across the paper and creates a perfect drawing. They are very noisy as compared to flatbed plotters, but they are used to produce continuous output. As plotting earthquake activities and all, you make use of this plotter, that is drum plotter. Fine. So this is all I have for output devices. Then there is a very small topic in your book given for CPU. I hope you all know what is CPU. Yes, it is not an output device, it is a processing device, but it is there in this chapter. A very small topic. That CPU stands for Central Processing Units. You can simply call it a processor. Okay, it is considered as brain of the computers as mostly all the calculations take place through CPU. So it is a primary device, okay, that controls all the internal and external devices of the computer. Fine. So this is what we have to do in chapter 2. There are questions given at the back with solutions, and even there are few questions at the back that you have to try finding out answers on your own. Okay, mark it in your book, and if any doubt, message me in Google Classroom. I will help you in that certain topic. So this is what is there in chapter 2. Keep revising, keep studying. Any doubt in chapter 1, chapter 2, please let me know. Thank you.